All right, guys, we got a pretty interesting one for you guys today. Please watch this full video so you'll have understanding. We have a good fleet of these trucks, always coming and going. This right here is a 2008 F350 Altec bucket truck. The cool part about this truck is, and we don't have a way to really put it into words, but what we want you guys to understand is not only is this a $35,000 bucket truck, it's also a $35,000 utility truck. It's also a $35,000 piece of equipment that you don't have to trailer around. Everybody looks at it as a bucket truck use only, which by itself is plenty. But if you equip this thing as a utility truck and you have any need for using something on a ladder, one-man show with this and you're not carrying a ladder, you don't have somebody holding the ladder, you've got 35 to 36 foot of working height, 30 foot of platform height, and Mike's going to show you a couple different ways that this thing works for some really right on site examples. So right here on this facility, which we've been redoing if you follow us, we've used this truck for so many uses it's not even funny. But a quick rundown is right now he's going over there to work on the security camera. Then he's going to spin around. He's going to be able to work on the light. He can also clean the gutter. And we'll go around into the other side where the shade is. We also use this when we install these huge doors for putting that up. You can use it for security lights, maintaining lights on a parking lot, clean out the gutters. We used it for the trim. We used it for the siding. We used it even for the brick and the block. Other uses for it would be a sign guy or a lettering guy, which we did also use it for a sign on the front of the building. Pressure washing of the building, which we had to do, and painting of the building. And again, you can get as exact and as close as you want to. He's a perfectionist. He wanted to get right beside it. You don't have to get that close, but Mike's been using these for quite some time. So realistically, the uses of this on a quick rundown are, you can use it for gutter cleaning, you can use it for painting, you can use it for lights, you can use it for security, you can use it for any sort of telecommunication, fiber pulling. He's right up there cleaning out the gutter. Sign guys, lettering guys, inside electrical and outside. This building has a 30-foot ceiling height, so we've used it indoors, which we'll go in there in a minute. You can use it for sprinkler systems, you can use it for gas pipe, you can use it for fans, you can use it for all the electrical, infrastructure stuff. Pulling the lines for the security, we use that on the inside also. There's just so many plain out uses, it's not funny. And again, all these trucks are anywhere from 27 to 39 in this particular model and style. And we've got 20 of them available. Mileages vary. Obviously, that's what makes the price vary. And you can see he's got his paint stick up in there. Another cool feature is, if his hands are tied up, you can also operate it on the ground. Let's hit a few more features on the truck while he's coming down. So these are all fiberglass bodies. Being as it's operated by a generator, you have extra power. You've got really cool storage with actual slide out boxes, and all these are stainless. So rust is not ever going to be a factor. Whether they're 10 years old, 20 years old, or 50 years old, none of this will rust. It's stainless, aluminum, and fiberglass. Lots of different bins, lots of different things. A lot of people say, okay, the locks, you got to lock each one. Well, you don't. You actually slide this, and it locks them all, and you can put a padlock in it. Open it back up, boom. Closed, open. All your doors are unlocked. You've got controls in the back. All this is Altec. This particular one showing 80 some hours. We all know this was a telecommunication company truck. These guys were sitting in the AC chilling most of the time. You've got 240 power. You've got 120 power. Again, it's a nice big generator. It's a Cummins Onan generator. Altec. You've got a pintle hitch on the back. I think it's a 3,000 pound capacity, 300 pounds on the tongue. So you can tow with it, or you could beef that up and tow whatever you want. We supply chocks with them. Literally, you pull up on a job site, you hit a button to start the generator, you throw your wheel chocks down, and you can go to work. Like, He's up there less than a minute working. So he can shut down what he's doing if he's using both hands, and if you do have a helper on the ground, he can operate everything. And we actually used one of these to paint this building in one day. That would have been a task with ladders, 4 or 5 days, 4 or 5 guys. They had 2 guys, one on the ground, one up top. He was keeping the bucket full of paint, keeping the roller clean, and they did this whole building in one day. Pretty miraculous, but you can see how easy it works. And again, you got to have a second person, but that's the only time you need a second person on these trucks. That's pretty much it, guys. I mean, the trucks are phenomenal. The generator by itself, if you're on a job site, you need to run your power tools and equipment. Forget about the ladder, forget about the bucket, forget about any of that stuff. If you want to carry a ladder, you still can. If you want to carry materials, you can. It has an aluminum material hauling rack. It also has a storage rack on this side for pipes. Even if you're a plumber and you every now and then got to go up in the ceiling of a building to do something, here's your rig. Everybody just looks at these as bucket trucks, and there's so much more. We'll go inside real quick and I'll show you a couple different examples. And actually one more thing that you can use these for. So let's just picture that we're driving that thing up in here, which if this stuff wasn't here, can happen. We drive it up inside wherever we got to go. We've got a good reach, as you guys just saw. We can work on the boilers. We can work on the gas line. If this building had sprinkler system, you could work on the sprinkler system. You can replace these fans, which is next on our list to do because they're in bad shape. You can replace the lights. We also used it on this building to work on the skylights. We had a couple roof areas that we needed to fix. You can use this if you're in the chimney business to inspect chimneys. You can inspect roofs. We did have a chimney in here where it had a boiler that we took out. We had to cap that off. You can use it for the steel structure. You can use it for setting up the heaters. There's just so many uses in here. And one other use that people don't think about, we have a piece of property that we have not ever really cleared the lane, and the trees have grown over. So literally, if you look at it on Google Maps, you don't even see the driveway. The trees have grown over it. It's a 1-car passage driveway. And to get anything large in there, like a large piece of equipment, a large RV, you know, those things are going to say be 14 foot tall, you know, to be on the highway. That's about as tall as you can be. And as that stuff grows over, it just smacks it, tears it up. It'll rip an RV, you know, air conditioning unit off. My Uncle David actually took one with my cousin and his daughter, and the two of them together cleaned up, I don't know, a 1/4 mile section or so, roughly. Probably a little bit more than that. Yep, of trees in a day's time. He went through 3 or 4 tanks of gas in his chainsaw, but literally went down through there, cleaned it up. He could have gone much higher because obviously that'll reach 36 feet. We really only need to clean it up 20-ish feet, but again, was able to take all the debris off. Now that stuff's not going to be falling on the road. Makes for a much cleaner drive, and again, they utilized it like it was nothing. Yeah, yep, worked out perfect for that. So just another use. You know, tree guys are going to say, oh, I need something taller, and that's true. You know, they're taking down trees that might be 60 or 80 foot tall. It's not really for a tree guy, more of somebody that's doing tree maintenance. Again, if you're in your yard and you don't like sticks falling down and you want a nice area to cut with, you don't have to use a ladder. You just go up there with a saw. If you get up 36 feet and you got a pole saw, it's probably another 10 feet. So you can go 40 some feet up, trimming up trees and maintaining your property. So across the road over there, if you can zoom in, another perfect example. That's a paint shop, so that's their exhaust fans. You can literally reach across to get to that without having to walk on, damage the flat roof. There's just endless amount of uses, guys. So don't look at those as nothing but bucket trucks. There's so much more. Utility trucks, work trucks, painters, contractors, electricians, you name it. It's a great truck for you guys. We do have a good stock right now. We're selling them. We've had 2 go out this week already, but any of our bucket trucks are going to be very similar. Most will be on this platform though. So let us know if we can help. Little good usage video there today. Hopefully that's helpful.